Right, how are we doing all? Today's job is an 18-ton road sweeper that took a roundabout a little bit too fast and ended up on his side. Lovely.
Oh, it's nothing like being woken up by Darren, is there?
Yeah, I think a worse phone call would be that.
Right, so Daniel's actually already on scene. He was in the wrecker G91 we did this with. So he got there first, and then I got the call because he needed a little bit of help. So Daniel has been working his butt off to progress within the company, and he's now actually, so I believe he's more like our reserve heavy driver. So he's a jack of all trades.
Take one. You need one of the little...
It's our firm policy all over. Make sure you've got your eye out of them, even if your head gets knocked off.
So Daniel's been progressing fantastically, and he's a safe pair of hands. You know what I mean? He's been plenty of big jobs with me, but I believe this is probably the biggest rollover that Daniel's done on his own. So when I say done on his own, I mean Daniel being on the levers, actually being in control of the rollover. So road sweepers are an absolute pig to roll back over. So normally on most motors, when you're rolling the same back onto its wheels, where you attach the strops, there's plenty of room on the chassis. You can take your pick of where you want to attach the strops and the chains, so on. Road sweepers are different. Road sweepers, the underside is absolutely jam-packed full of sweepers, brushes, suction boxes, so on. And then when they fabricate these vehicles, they actually change position of a lot of things, like the air tanks, the air dryers, certain valves, brake valves. They'll all change it and actually fill it up. So if you look there, actually, there's very little room to actually attach any chains or strops. So in the rigging process, so we obviously took our time. We thought about where we were going to attach things, but before we actually rolled it completely onto its wheels, we decided to lift it slightly, check the underside,
Let the catch out of it.
make sure it's all good, and then commit to the roll. So here we are now. We've done that, checked the underside. Daniel's now back on the controls, and we're starting to lift this.
Yeah, mate.
Obviously, this is the biggest rollover that Daniel's done in charge of, actually on the controls, so I'm next to him the whole time. Should he be unsure about anything, I'm there just for guidance. You know, guidance and maybe a little bit of reassurance. But, you know, you can see from the video it's coming over nice and smooth. Daniel's in control the whole time. You get the usual creaks and groans. Obviously, vehicles aren't designed to be flipped onto their side, so when you are riding them, there's always a lot of groaning and creaking and a couple of bangs, but it's all normal, you know. There we go. See, the weight's starting to transfer now. There you go. That was a weight transfer. You know, that was pretty much seamless. Seamless. You can't fault that. Credit where credit's due. Daniel's good. You know, you will struggle, you play back this video, you will struggle to see that weight transfer. It was pretty much seamless. So now it's just a case, we're on the catch, and we'll just let that cable out.
Go on, go, let it out all the way.
There she goes. Let her out. Also, positioning the vehicle on this was pretty much bang on. Blowing a little bit my own trumpet, but it's my video, I'm allowed to. When you're rolling the vehicle over, you want it to, when it comes over, to be nice and tight up to the back of the vehicle.
Closer than that.
Obviously, if you have your crane further out than it needs to be, you put excess pressure on the crane, excess pressure on the you know. So you want it to roll over nice and tight to the back of the vehicle. The crane doesn't need to be any further extended than it has to be. There we go. Huh? Let them cables out now.
Well done, mate.
Now it's just the arduous task of de-rigging.
That was well controlled.
No one likes de-rigging. You know, it's
Oh, it's f***ing heavy.
it's hours of work for 30 seconds of glory.
Yeah.
What, is that a 15 tonner?
No.
18.
She was a heavy old lump. She really was a heavy old lump, this.
You're down to
It was
was going to say, because we tried to lift the back of that, and really one came, and it didn't.
So it was full of dirt, but not just normal dirt. It was actually really, really fine and moist. It was like concrete. It was really heavy. It was a really heavy lump to roll over this. Surprisingly, in fact. But it came over nice. That's this case now. Put the crane away. Put them cables away. But of course, the job's never just done with the rollover. It's now a case of de-rig and now prep for the onwards recovery, which a lot of times is the hardest thing to do. So you've had your high from the rollover and then you've de-rigged, and normally you start to dip, you know what I mean? Your adrenaline's dipping. Now it's just a case of, it's a bit of a slog, really. This bit on most rollers, I always find it's the, oh God, you know what I mean? It can be quite difficult as well, because as the rollover goes on, you don't know what airlines have gone. You could have a good 2 hours worth of work yet ahead of you. So it's not like a nice and simple lift and tow, where you're always guaranteed when you turn up, boom, lift it, pedestals, forks, chains, half shaft lights, and away you go. This thing's been flipped onto its side, so you don't know what damage has been done. Are airlines ripped out left, right and centre? Will it even take air? Will it want to roll? You know, even sometimes you can pop a tyre. You can pull a tyre off the bead, and next thing you've got a flat tyre when you roll something over. All these things can happen. Fortunately, in this video, it came over quite nice. It took air. The suspension wasn't great for some reason. It sat a bit skew-if, but it was only going, 15 minutes down the road, so it's not the end of the world. One additional thing that we had to do with this, so when it came around the roundabout and flipped onto its side, it actually skidded. So it was across the road, which was handy for the rollover. You know, means it was across the road, so that aided us in the rollover. But obviously, before we could prep it for onwards recovery, we had to actually drag the front end around. So obviously, where it's facing now, it's facing into the barrier, into the bushes. You're not going to get your T in there. It's awkward. So moved cable back out, chain onto the front towing pin, and drag this 18-tonner around. There we go, cable attached. And you see the front start to come around now. The front's actually coming around quite nicely. Normally, a fully loaded 18-ton vehicle, it'd be a bit of a pull to drag a front end around, but this thing's been on its side. There's diesel everywhere, and also hydraulical. You combine diesel and hydraulical, and you've got a very slippery surface. So you can see there, that front end's just sliding around. Daniel jumped in to see if he could help it. It didn't make a blind bit of difference. The winch cable's dragging it around. Slippery surface. There she comes. And that is facing the right way now for us to prep it for towing to the customer's destination.
Love a bit of oil and water. Drop it. Right, winch cable away again. There we go. Daniel yawning there. I'm telling you, this is when you start the flag. Pre-lift done, vehicles on the wheel stands. T-head underneath the vehicle. Get the forks in position. Chained her down, put the wheel stands away, plumb air into her, and at this point is when you open and pray that she takes air. Everyone's tired. Everyone just wants to go home. I mean, we got the call out for this about 2 o'clock in the morning, so, adrenaline gets you going, keeps you going for the first, adrenaline keeps you going for the first 4 hours. After 4 hours, you need caffeine.
you can probably see now, sky's starting to brighten up just that little bit. You know, morning's coming. That was a good little job list, to be fair. I didn't too much appreciate the call out at 2 o'clock in the morning, but that's the industry, mate. That's the joys of the job. But it came over okay. Daniel did very well. Luckily, this actually took air, suspension raised, the brakes released, so that was lovely. Daniel unfortunately had to go to the customer's destination. It wasn't too far. It was about 15 minutes down the road, so not the end of the world. And yeah, if I'm honest, I got out of there at breakneck speed and I was into bed. So, but no, good job. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Let me know if you want more lift and tow videos where I explain or try to show you different ways of towing something. Whatever you want. Drop a comment down below and I'll do my best. Alright. Nice one. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.